Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back and I'm having a play. I'm going to keep those to one side with this beautiful, I've had this quite a while now and I've only just not long had a play with it. I love this. Thank you for your kindness. The best is yet to come. Look at these cute little flowers. So I'm going to be using this one. I'm going to call this card an Oval Delight because I'm using ovals. I'm using stuff that I found in my drawer from a while back, and this is the actual card. It's absolutely beautiful. Love that. Let me just adjust my light. It was a little bit low. There we go. So this frame, it comes from an old set. I mean, it's very vanilla one side, and it's whisper white, well, white the other side, and it's just absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to be using that. I've already cut an oval out for my sentiment, which comes from our very retired oval dies. You just don't get rid of things like this, do you, peeps? I don't. I know that for a fact. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8. Oh, there should be. No, 7. Wait there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe there is another oval then, and it's on my desk somewhere. I don't think so, because these are bigger than these. I don't know. Maybe it's on my desk somewhere. Maybe. I'll find it, don't you worry. But yeah, look how cute this is. I'm using the Orchid Oasis papers. And I love the fact that it's got a nice big border. I'm normally a small girl. I like small borders normally. But I like that. I think that's cute. And I did pop this up on dimensionals, but I think I may lay it flat this time because it seeps. Because I've got no space. Mind you, I could. Wait there. Let's have a look. Because this is not important at the moment, we can put this down now. So I've got large dimensionals. I've got small dimensionals. Now, they've got really wide strips on the side. So maybe I could put a few on there. Let's have a look. So let's get our 4 large ones in the corner first. Maybe I shouldn't put them bang in the corners because I want to stabilise this end. Then we've got our small ones. See, they're going to overlap. I don't want them. I could put them either side. It's going to have a lot of dimensionals. So I'm going down as far as nobody can see. So let's put one here and put one here. Oh, maybe I'll put one up. Oh, see, it's going to use loads in it. Look, but it's going to be a gorgeous little cute card. I mean, I could have used strips, I suppose, but I think they're a lot taller than our dimensionals. So that could be good, but I want little strips either side. So I've already, like I'm saying, I've already cut up the sides, and I can just take a strip and add that in there. I never had these cut when I made this card. I made this card a few weeks back, and it's been sitting on my desk. And you know when you, and then I keep finding something else to film. It's typical, isn't it? I wonder if that's wide enough. Oh. Might just be a little bit too wide. Separate that. That one's a bit ruined now. Gaynor's got it stuck to her finger. There we go. Do we need anywhere else? I don't think so. I think that should do it. So I've got my little... Take all the backings off the large ones first. Because once you've set your card, because I've been using vellum as well, if you can notice, I've got gorgeous, the same, I think it's a different dye, but I've got vellum as well. Just to make it pop and tone down that blue cardstock. Oh, it's actually purpley blue. I used to love the other purples. Oh, well, yeah, I've got Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and used to have a few more. Elegant eggplant, that was a nice one. I got one more there. And I love the way I add the markings on the back of my dimensionals, because I would have just stuck that down then and there was one not uncovered. So I can look at that and I can honestly say I can't see any dimensionals poking through, but it's very delicate paper. So I'm going to add it this way. And I'm not pressing until I know I've got it more or less lined up. That's better. Look, that stands out a lot better now. Look at that. I know you can see them from the top. I think I only added dimensionals on these sides. I didn't stick any under here. No, look at that. Really flat. But we live and learn. We live and learn. Now my tub's getting full. So I can set that. This is just a standard A4 card base. This is cut at 4 it's scored at 4 1/8, but it's 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, so it should be. All my cards are normally standard size. We're gonna have this just laid. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm gonna use a little bit of glue for this one. Again, you could pop this on dimensionals, but then if you're giving it to somebody by hand, then dimensionals all the way, I say. But if you're going to put this through the post, you want to make sure it's not too bulky. Oh, look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. Put my glue away. I've got my vellum, which I'm going to cut down. I've got some spare cardstock. I'm just going to grab. That is for my flowers. We're going to do some colouring as well. So this is for the dies I'm cutting out. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's the one. So I should get 2 out of that. And where's the other leaf? Where's the detailed leaf gone? Oh, I'm going to lally. It looks like there's a. No, it's here. It's this one, which I popped around the sides. Whew, I thought I was going to lally then, girls. Flippin' heck. So if I cut that in half, this piece measures 4 inches. So let's cut this at 2. There goes through my beautiful little die machine now. I love this little thing. It's so cute. So let's get our first one on. Making sure that's going to go through. Don't ever go backwards with it, because it should cut it first time, because Stampin' Up's vellum is brilliant. I've had cheaper ones and they're not the best. So let's just poke this out. I did. Oh, you've got a little bit there. Look at that, it just slides right out. I've tried this with slightly thicker vellum and disaster. So let's put this back on here. Get another one cut out. Perfecto. Go through our machine again. Yeah, I tried running it through and then tried running it through backwards, and it just, what do they call it? Ghosting when it cuts. And then when you go through the other side, the die lifts up slightly. And then you end up, there's that other beautiful one there. Absolutely stunning. Get rid of my bits. I know there's some other little shapes you could cut out of that, but I don't use vellum that much. And this is the very first packet of vellum I bought off Stampin' Up 6 years ago, and I'm still playing with it. So you invest into, I need that again in a moment. I'm just going to put this beautiful die away. Oh, stunning. So I'm going to keep these beautiful, beautiful patterns, and they're going to just decorate around my card just like this. Oh, beautiful. So now I need to stamp. Got my image. I'm always tempted to stamp in Versamark, but the blends don't work so good with it. It's perfect for sentiments, but you have to leave it to dry out for a long time. So I'm going to put one towards the top. And then one this side. Oh, I love it. I'm just going to leave that to one side to dry for a second, just while I clean my stamp. I know, but I do get it up with bleach, so don't worry. And these are, if you were to buy these cloths on the internet for crafting, they're like £17. I went to Pets at Home. We've got a place here called Pets at Home, and they do these cloths to dry your dog, and they're massive. You can get 6 cloths out of it, and they're like £3.99, and they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. So shop around, girls. I'm going to zoom in and do some colouring if my is dry enough. So let's zoom in and do some colouring. I have got my Orchid Oasis. I've only got the light. I haven't bothered with, and I've got my Granny Apple Cream. I haven't bothered so much with the shading, because there's such a, look at that, I've gone over there already. There's such a delicate flower and there's such a delicate little leaf, and I'm not going to try blending these little leaves in and these little flowers. So I'm just looking. There's one, the biggest one. We don't want to leave that. I do like a bit of colouring. And it's just a matter of drawing lines. Draw down one side, draw down the other. I'll have to get a stamp set out that requires us to do a little bit more detail. So under the roses, some little leafy bits. So you can just grab them. Little dot of green underneath the flowers. I'll just make sure I've got the right thing. Perfect. Such a sweet looking card. And again, now we're going to do the flowers. It does cut in between. There's a leaf there, but I'm just going to turn that purple. And I'm just going to go around the outside of each of those petals. Reminds me of the colour cornflower, as they call it. I don't know. Have you seen those beautiful flowers? Like tiny little forget-me-nots, but the colour is called forget-me-not. Love them. We're going to add some. Well, I didn't on this one, on my card, but I might do it on this one. I've got some black Nouveau drops, but I'll have to not be able to touch it for a while. Oh, I tell you what, I went through all my little gems yesterday, and I've got so much. And I had them in so many different colours. Nail art gems. And I tell you what, they're tiny, but they're brilliant. All you have to do is add a little bit of adhesive on the back. If you type in Amazon or eBay nail art gems, oh, they come in all different colours. Some come in different sizes. They are absolutely beautiful. Look at that, absolutely stunning. I mean, my computer wants to reboot itself. I'll have to wait now. Go snooze. But go to sleep. So there we go. I'm going to zoom back out so we can do some die cutting. Just love it. Isn't crafting so therapeutical? Oh, do you know, I don't think I'd exist if I couldn't have a hobby. I mean, I read my Bible throughout the daytime, certain times of the day. Not constant, which I should. But because Mr. Boyce is he's a bit of a non-believer, and I'm trying to convince him, which is not working. He's got his mind set on his game, and that's it. So I know, I'm trying to save his soul. Look at that, beautiful. I'm trying to save him too, but I don't know. I pray for him all the time. Do you know what? I can't do this without swapping ends. I'm not a left to righty girl, or a right to lefty girl. I likes to do left to right. At least then I know I'm doing it right. Whoa. Plus, I've only got a decent amount of strength in my right hand. I couldn't do it with the other. So let's see. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. All our little bits. Get rid of those. We will do some, look, I can't crank it. So I like to leave it in the middle as well, because my plates are bowing, and it does help straighten them out a little bit. Or that's what I tell myself anyway. So there's that beautiful die. I will have to play with them all. Oh, there's a lovely little flower there. Look at that. And these little shapes. I think these just go over things. So, where are my bits? I've got my oval, and I'm going to fetch back in my stamped ink pad, and I'm going to try my best to keep this as straight as possible. Oh, thank you for your kindness. That is just so cute. Love it, love it, love it. I clean one side and scrape the next. Then inside the card, let's pop these down. I'm going to stamp, because I stamped in this one, the best is yet to come, and just put a couple of those little flowers in. So let's open this up. I've got gold off my ribbons from doing Christmas cards. The best is yet to come. And then these lovely cute little flowers, and I may just pop them in the corners on the sides of the card instead of trying to do all the way along. That's cute. very juicy ink pad. Oh, look at that. It's stinking on one side. Make sure they're all squeaky clean. Look, I missed that one as well. Perfect. Right, I'm now going to need my, I'm going to flip that over and get some dimensions on it ready. Look at that, the backing's come off already. That's cool, because when you come to get them off, you can't. So, let's stick this on. It's just those overlays. I'm going to be fetching my silicone mat in. Right, let's get this. I want to try and get this in the centre. That looks good to me. Oh, beautiful. And then silicone mat. Now my vellum. I've got some, it's called, what's it called this? Got my finger stuck on it now. It's glue tape it is, but it's for vellum. I can't remember the name of it. My beautiful friend Gloria showed me it. And I'm doing it the wrong way. Yeah. And it just, once you run it on your vellum, it doesn't tend to, you can't see it through unless you've got big gaps like that. But you just need to move your finger on the back and it gets rid of where it's not on the card. So let's lay this one. And if that doesn't work, because we are going to add these beautiful ones over the side, like so, you could add a bit of glue, but this is okay. I'm doing it again, wrong way. And you just want to put the, oh, it's broken it. We'll stick that on a sec. Just don't be so heavy-handed like Gaynor. Just tuck it in. I'll put a little bit more in the centre there on those leaves. It is good stuff, but just, you could even get your pokey tool and just go in between. It's very sticky. So let's put this round this way. The thing is, when you stick that down, you don't tend to be able to see the, what's it called, the adhesive. So I'm just going to stick that back on there. This can come out the way. I can't remember this. It's called Plus, but it's for vellum it is, and I had this in a refill, and I've had that a long time. So like I'm saying, I don't use a lot of vellum, but it's really good. So now I think I might add dimensionals actually. Put my glue away. Got my little leaf stuck to my finger. She's now stuck to my hand. We can strategically, it's got quite a few, so let's get that on, and it's just laying on top of my card, so I'm not going to go nuts. Maybe 4 on each. So one here, we want a little bit of dimension. One here, one at the top, and I'm just going to add one there for stability in the centre. Oh my goodness, I'm sticking to everything. I'm just taking off the back ends. And where there's a gap here and here, I'm just going to add that beautiful flower. Don't worry if it overhangs just by a fraction. It will still fit in your card, because in your envelope, because your envelope is slightly... I've got flying bits of vellum going all over the place. There we go. One more here. And we're just going to fill in those gaps. So it's you look like you've got a constant vellum trail going all the way around, and it's beautiful with those leaves. I can put those inks away. I've got my stamp set to put away. It's a cute set. It came out ages ago. I had the papers as a freebie, and then I'm going to use these beautiful. I'm going to put one on there. I'm going to have one just there, and I'm going to have one down here so it keeps it. I'm going to pull it. Oh no, I'm going to leave it about there. That is super cute. So there we have it. Just give that a little squish. And if anything starts poking up, because you've got a shape behind, you can add a little dot of glue. Just give it a little squeeze. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit on there for me to stick down. And just a little dot under this side. And I'm just going to dot behind where it's going to stick. See, that one is stuck on the vellum, so I'm going to just add a little dot behind the vellum. I mean, if you want to poke these down, I think it looks lovely with those fluffy floating bits. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. So there we have it. Squashy card. This one with proper dimensionals. But that's the first one I made. Let me zoom out a bit wider. This is the one we've just made together with that gorgeous flower inside. Oh, I'm going to do it on the card I made first. I'm not going to do it on this one. I'm just going to see if I can add tiny little black things. Just, oh, that looks quite nice actually. Just to the centre of that flower. See that? Let me zoom in again. You might be able to see how I've added the black in the centre of the flower. I'll have to leave that to dry out. Let's do it on this one. I'm not squeezing, I'm just, well I am and I'm not, if you know what I mean. I'm just tapping it to go across the centre of that flower. And maybe I could put a tiny little dot there and there, just to emphasize those flowers in the center. Oh, I love that. So I'm gonna have to wait half hour for them to dry, but there we go. There are those beautiful oval delights, because the stamp set is called Dainty Delights, so I'm going to call this one Oval Delights with a vellum twist, and I absolutely think they're gorgeous. Lots of details, perfect for, you could swap the sentiment and use it as an anniversary card, maybe even a wedding card, or a female's like a 30th birthday, a 40th birthday, you know, a really good birthday. So, but any birthday I suppose. Gaynor, shut up. Right, good night, God bless. I love you all millions, and all glory to our great Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. Come back on the next video and we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Bye.